set out in full in the report. The preamble to the question provides some background information and context. I will take it that members have already noted this information within the report, so I will not repeat it now. The question is as follows. Will the Council consider developing an overall strategy to engage with local taxi drivers and operators with the aim of 1. Fully understanding why drivers and operators are choosing to get registered in Wolverhampton at considerable effort and expense rather than Hyndburn. 2. Further changing the taxi testing regime in favour of hybrid and fully electric vehicles. For example, as hybrid and electric cars are far less polluting and far more reliable than even new diesel and petrol cars, extending the period that hybrid cars only needing to be testing every 12 months to the first 7 years of their life, and the period for full electric cars to the first 10 years of life. It's a long one. Identify incentives for drivers to switch to hybrid and fully electric taxis, e.g. by offering reduced fees for taxi and operator licences for hybrid and fully electric cars, or offer grants and loans to encourage purchase of new and second-hand zero-emission cars, including wheelchair-accessible cars. Additionally, the Council, Hyndburn and Lancashire County Council could include criteria in contract tenders to make these more favourable to operators with zero-emission vehicles. 4. Improve the car charging infrastructure within Hyndburn and offer cheaper charging for taxi drivers. Many of these are currently being done by forward-thinking councils who take their net zero responsibilities seriously. I hope Hyndburn will implement the obvious ones straight away and develop a longer strategy for others. Can I ask Councillor Dan if he wishes to reply?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you very much for the questions, Councillor Fazal. As you may know, the Council have set up a taxi liaison committee which involves taxi drivers and its representatives. The majority of the issues that are discussed there and on board there are taken on board and discussed, and those that need to be implemented are done. I will take all these to the taxi liaison committee and let them have a discussion and let them make the recommendations. And this is also a cabinet decision, not a council decision. So we'll let them have a discussion and then they can come back to this with their recommendations and the support, and then certainly we can look at that.
Can I ask Councillor Fazal if he has a follow-up question?
Yeah, just thank you for that. That's a very positive response, and I hope that that will move the situation forward. I listened in on the peer review feedback at the LGA meeting, and they commented on the excellent work that Hyndburn Council is already doing in terms of net zero, and I think that these changes will be evidence that we continue to move forward, and that in every aspect of the things that we have responsibility for, which are limited, we are doing what we can to move forward. And these are obvious steps that would encourage people to move away from petrol and diesel and move towards hybrid. And within the preamble, you will have read, for example, that roughly 50% of the taxis in Hyndburn are currently petrol or diesel. So there's some way to go. So I'm happy that whether it's a cabinet decision or whether it's somewhere else, that these things will be progressed. This is a non-party political thing. The council is signed up to net zero. Here are some practical things that we can do that will help us in that direction, and at the same time they will help to clean up the atmosphere within Hyndburn and reduce pollution, and they will provide for more economical taxis for the taxi drivers. So it's a as far as I can see, it's a win-win for everybody concerned and an easy win for the council. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Pascal.
Just on that one, I picked up some for Council Thompson. We also have chair of the Net Zero. I'm sure she's taken on board what you've said, and that certainly can be looked at, and whatever needs to be done, that be done as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Item 6.